Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and panic attacks, depression. I talk about my narcissistic mother and narcissism, my schizophrenic father. I talk about my unethical psychologist who sexually exploited me and raped me. I talk about all the different therapies I've been in and a plethora of other mental health related topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or even give you a professional opinion. All I ask in return of you is your kindness and respect in the comments. Please be kind to me, be kind to other people. We don't need to agree on everything, but we do need to agree on showing each other kindness and respect always. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Stick around, take a chance. Hit that subscribe button, that little box on the bottom right hand corner that says subscribe. It's 100% free, and that way you'll always be notified whenever a new video of mine comes up. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, and please comment. Tell me what you think. Share your personal experiences. I will always answer you back. Today's video is, are you being manipulated? Well, you can be manipulative too. I'm guilty of being manipulative, but I've also had a lot of people, including my parents, manipulate me. Now, so I thought this was a very important topic to cover. Are you being manipulated? How can you tell if someone is manipulating you? Because sometimes it isn't always easy. So the first sign is when someone you just met seems overly interested in you. They move in very quick. Like if you went on a date with someone, they're already saying, oh, that's my new boyfriend, or that's my new girlfriend, even though you just had one date. You ever get people like that they think they own you just because they went out on a date or two with you? Oh, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. Like, you're locked into that role. If you're dating someone for, a few dates, it doesn't mean you're in a relationship with them or that they're your partner or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. So if someone starts slapping on labels when you just met, red flag, and I've had people do this to me too. I've had women my age, because they know I've done videos about how lonely I am. Really a lonely person. I have no friends at all, and I put out videos about that. And this is what happens when you share very personal information with the public. They can use that information against you, and they use that information against me since, they were a subscriber, they watched my videos. They seen that I had no friends, and and I was really lonely and isolated. So right away, they are acting like my best pal, my best girl. We're good friends, even though we never met. And because they knew I had a car, and they wanted to manipulate me so I could drive them around, and on errands and everything. And another thing to watch out for about this is, they always wanted me to pick them up. They never wanted to, come to where I am or meet me halfway. They wanted me to drive to them to pick them up, to go shopping with them. So I would be doing all the legwork. But interesting enough, this woman never asked for my phone number. So her actions didn't align with her words. So she's saying, oh, my good friend Sandy, oh, we're such good friends, etc., etc. but we never spoke once on the phone. She never asked for my phone number at all. And you see what I'm saying? She just wanted me to use me, manipulate me to get me to drive her around because she had no car. And how she was using me to manipulate me was by saying how good friends we are. Oh, we're going to be we're good friends, and I like you, and da 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 da. Even though she never wanted to get my number and talk to me, it didn't add up. See, if someone was really interested in being friends with me, they'd want to speak to me. They'd get my number, they'd give me their number, so we could start communicating by the phone. You don't have to meet anyone to talk on the phone, right? So their actions didn't line up with their words, and they were, zooming in on me, saying like how good friends we are, even though we never even met. See what I'm saying? So that's a red flag to watch out on. Someone, and also complimenting you, excessive flattery. People often use excessive flattery because everyone loves flattery. Who wouldn't love flattery? If you want someone to do something for you, right? If you use excessive flattery, that's a great way to manipulate someone. Like say I had a flat tire on, and I just thought of this at the top of my head, on the side of the road, and I waved down this guy and I go, "Oh, you look really strong and well built. I really need help getting this tire off. You look so strong, and you look like, a man that could, handle any situation, that could, just give unwanted flattery, whether the guy is like 5'5" and like 130 pounds. You overly flatter the person to get them to do something that you want. And the guy is sitting there and saying, wow, this attractive woman says I look strong, and I look like the type that could lift this heavy tire off and, put the donut on, and oh wow, I'm going to do that. I'm going to help her out because of the excessive flattery. You know how it goes. They excessively flatter you so that you do something that they want you to do, and they could care less what you look like, or that you do well at this thing, or whatever. They'll say like, oh, you know what, my dog loves you. You're so good around pets. To your friend, my dog always jumps on your lap. You just have such a, kind and warm touch. Dogs really know how they can judge people, because dogs can pick out what people are sensitive and caring. And then you flatter your friends so much, like, oh, my dog loves you more than they love me. My dog never pays attention to me like that. Oh, you know what? Next week I'm going on vacation. I can't think of a better person that would be good to take care of my dog than you. You see how well you are with my dog. No, my dog doesn't even treat me like that. Build a person up, build a person up, build a person up with the flattery. And then, oh, you're the perfect person to take care of my dog for free for a week or 2 weeks when I'm on vacation. But by that time, you flatter the person so much, how can they say no to you? You got to watch for that, Someone who tries to ask you, here's another sign of someone manipulating you. They try to find out a lot of personal information about you. Just like I said with the person who knew I had no friends, because I come on publicly on my videos and say how, I have no friends. I'm very lonely. So they try to ask you personal questions because they can use that information against you. They use that information to manipulate you. So that's why you have to be very, very careful what who who you have confidence in, what you tell people. Be very careful who you choose to tell what to. Don't spill out everything. Don't spill out your guts to someone that you don't know. Because they can and they will use that information against you. So be very cautious how much personal information you share with people. Because, like I said, they will turn their tables around and they will use it against you. And I have seen that happen over and over again, where I share something personal and then it's turned around and it's used against me. And I'm sure that you've experienced that yourself. So it's not something that it's not something pleasant when it happens. Okay, so watch out for people who do that, who try to get to know too much about you too fast, and they can use that to blackmail you. Right? For instance, if you tell someone, if you cheated a long time ago and you didn't tell your husband, this is what's good about being honest. My husband knows everything I've done. So no one can use anything against me because I'm an open book. But someone who isn't an open book like me, say I didn't tell my husband I cheated, and I confided in a new girlfriend. We just became friends. I'm so lonely. I have no friends. So me and this girl became friends, and I told her after a month or so of being friends with her that I cheated, but I didn't tell my husband. Now, after a while, my friend gets upset at me, or she wants to manipulate me to do something that I don't want to do, and she says, like, oh, can I borrow, I'm really hard up. I just lost my job. Can I borrow like $500? And I go, I don't have $500. You should never lend money to friends anyway. I don't have that kind of money. Oh, you don't? Oh, maybe I should ask your husband. And by the way, tell him how you cheated on him. That's blackmail. All right. She's using that to manipulate me into giving her the money she wants, to so-called borrow from me. She'll probably never pay it back. But since I told her something personal in confidence, she's using that against me to manipulate me to do something that I don't want to do. And this happens, over and over again. I even did it myself. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I manipulated my husband. When we first got married, we went on one trip to Bermuda, and I wanted to go to London. And I was working full time. We had no children. I was working as an administrative assistant in an engineering firm. And, we went on a 4-day, I think it was 3 or 4 days. It wasn't even a week trip to Bermuda. And I wanted to go to the UK. And he said, no, we just went to Bermuda. I'm not going on another vacation. And I said, well, I work all year. We don't have children. I leave the house at 4:45. I don't come home to 5:30. I cook dinner. I only went to Bermuda in June. It was only for a few days. It wasn't even a week. I said, I want to go, us to go away. So I said, if we don't go, if you won't agree to another vacation, I'm going to walk off my job. I did. I'm coming on and being 100% honest because, I know it's painting me like, I have manipulated people. So I'm guilty of it too, People have manipulated me and I have manipulated people. And I did manipulate him to go on that trip because I said, I'm not going to work, all these hours, be gone for 12, 13 hours a day from 4:45 to 5:30, 5:45 at night, then come home and have to cook dinner. And then, we don't have kids. We didn't own a house. We lived with my parents. So I said, we only went away for a few days, not even a week. I wanted to do it. So I did kind of like say, yeah, I'm not going to do all work and not have any fun in my life. So that was manipulation. So here's a thing, another thing that people do that manipulate. They guilt trip you, and they always have strings attached. So if they do something nice for you, watch out. Manipulators will do something nice for you, but there'll be strings attached. Ever have that happen to you? Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your gal pal, your buddy, or your children, your parents? It happens all the time. Especially parents do it with their adult children. They'll say, look at all I've done for you, and the least you can do for me is this. How many times have you heard that? Watch out when someone does something nice for you, because manipulators do it with strings attached. Although you don't know it at the time that there are strings attached, but there always is if someone is a manipulator. Okay, they will they'll do something and then they'll store it and they'll bring it up when they want something from you. But don't you remember? I did this for you. You owe me. So they guilt trip you. They guilt trip you into doing what you don't want to do because you feel like, you feel guilty because they did this other thing for you. Like, for instance, if you babysat for your friend, and now your friend, she wants you to take care of her sick son because she wants to go away for the weekend and her son is sick or something, and she wants you to come over her house and take care of her kid while she goes away, who knows, with her boyfriend or something. And you go, oh, I'm busy this weekend. I have other plans. I can't. Oh, gee, I babysat your child when you needed it. Then you see the guilt trip. Then you feel responsible, like, yeah, she did babysit for me, but I already have plans. Now I'm going to have to cancel my plans. Well, see, they kind of put you in that spot, right? So you feel like, ashamed. You feel like guilt tripped. That you feel like, gee, I'm going to kind of like have to do it. Another thing that manipulators do is they use a lot of gaslighting. They make you question your own reality by either over-exaggerating something or over-simplifying something. And you feel like you always have to defend yourself, all right? Like, for instance, they'll say something, like over-exaggerating it. For instance, if you're tired and your friend and your boyfriend or girlfriend or your gal pal wants to go out and you go, oh, I worked all day, I'm really tired. And she goes, oh, but I just got a promotion at work. I'm celebrating, because I got this promotion at work. And you say, oh, that's great, but I'm really tired. Oh, you never want to do anything. You're such a stick in the mud. You never go out with me. I always try to get you, to go to the clubs or the bars or something. And I'm telling you, this is my big promotion and I'm celebrating with all my friends. And, you just never do you never go anywhere with me. And that's an over-exaggeration because, of course, when someone uses the word always or never, they're over-exaggerating because, always and never are over-exaggerations. Or they could oversimplify by saying it's only going to be like for an hour, and the bar we're celebrating is like really close to your house. Oversimplifying, when you actually find out that it isn't that close to your house, and then you get there after you agreed and you canceled your other plans, and find out that it's a full-on dinner that's going to be hours and hours, and you can't leave now because, the dinner isn't even served. This happened to me. I'll tell you what happened. A girl from work who I was just friendly with, we weren't friends, had a baby shower. She invited me to her baby shower. Great manipulator. This is the best manipulation story I have for you right now. And I'll leave you with this one. She told me that the baby shower was at 2 o'clock, okay? She gave me the address. So I showed up at 2 o'clock, the time the baby shower was, and no one was there except her and her sister and maybe a couple of her friends. But the place was empty. There was no decorations or nothing. The baby shower actually started at 6 o'clock. That's 4 hours. I didn't know what time it started. She told me it started at 2. So I had to help her decorate and set up for her own baby shower. When I thought I was going to walk into an ongoing full baby shower party with the decorations, the cake, the food already there. When I walked in at 2 o'clock, the whole hall was empty, except for her and a couple of her friends or sister, like maybe three or four people. All the tables were empty. There was no decorations. There was no food or drink. Nothing. She told me it started at 2 o'clock. She manipulated me. She manipulated me by telling me that her baby shower was at 2 when it didn't start till 6, 4 hours later. But I had already driven all that way to the baby shower. I was already there because she told me at 2. So she said, why don't you help, set up? So I felt trapped. I've already driven all this way. I'm already here. She told me the wrong time. And she's asking me to help her out. So what did I do? For 4 hours, I sat there helping her out. And the party didn't start till 6. And I told my husband I'd be home at like 7. Because it was supposed to start at 2. 7 or 8. And that would be like 5 hours later. Well, I only stayed, I'll tell you what I did. I was already there over 4 hours helping her set up. It started at 6. I grabbed something to eat and drink. I ate the food, I drank, and then I left a half an hour later. Because I was there since 2. But do you see how she manipulated me? You gotta watch out for these people. You can't let yourself be manipulated. What should I have done? Well, I talked to my husband and he told me you should have just left. When you saw nothing was set up, that obviously it wasn't going to start at 2, you should have asked what time is this going to stop, but she didn't answer me. She wouldn't give me an answer. But after an hour of seeing that she was putting me to work and there was no party, I should have left. That was on me. I didn't stand up for myself. I should have said, you told me this shower was at 2. I'm not here to help you out. You didn't ask me to help you out. If you had asked, can you come a few hours early to help me out, that wouldn't have been manipulation because you would have let me know, but she didn't. Needless to say, I blocked her, all right? I don't speak to her. I have nothing to do with her. But that was one great example of manipulation. So you got to be cautious of these things. You got to be wary. You got to be careful of people. Really, a lot of people, most people, a good majority of people, I've learned the hard way, can't be trusted. I'm not saying everyone, but a good majority of people. And you got to be alert to those things. You have to be alert. Otherwise, people will walk all over you. If you let them, they will. All right, let me know about in the comments if if how people have manipulated you and what you've done about it, and let's have an ongoing discussion about manipulation. Not trying to manipulate you into doing it, of course. All right, till next time. Have a great day and take care.